Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Alex and today I'm going to be trying to do some kind of restoration on this old Hector Junior air rifle. It belonged to my dad and he was having a clear out. He's getting on a bit, he just wants to sort everything out. So I said I would have it off him rather than seeing somebody go around and ripping him off. So I did manage to find a little bit of history about these. Apparently they're based on the Diana Model 1, which was produced around about the 1920s, I believe, probably up until about 1945. After the war, the trademark name Diana apparently moved to Scotland with a company called Milbro, and there they actually manufactured this under the name of Hector. I think it was up until about 1952. It is obviously, it's a junior rifle, it's a very low power rifle, so I'm not expecting to be able to work miracles with it, but I'm not sure whether you can see, but it is actually bent, and you'll probably be able to see that the gap's very close there where the breech is, but on the other side it's quite open. So I think the best thing is we can get straight into a strip down and see how that turns out. This is basically a conventional brake barrel. And the piston, which is in there somewhere, is held in place by these two straps, I'll say, which are pieces of metal, and they're connected up obviously to the back of the gun and also to the barrel there, so that when it pulls, the piston goes up, it then latches on to the trigger. This is a removable barrel, it's in 177. And back in the olden days, some of you might remember, it used to be able to get little air guns at fun fairs and it would have a cork in, and I believe these can also be used with corks, simply because I think the fact is that some cases, as in this, you just didn't get enough power to actually throw the pellet down this very short barrel. So we'll get it stripped down and see what everything looks like. So you should be able to see now that with the trigger pin out, it's just retained by a very wonky old spring. So we'll fish that out and then get the trigger out. There we go. That has definitely seen better days. I think we might have to look and see whether I've got a replacement for that. Now that the pins are removed, we've then got to remove this, which is the plunger slide, and I believe that just comes straight out, so I need to get a pair of needle nose pliers on that and see whether we can get it out. Obviously I'm going to be very, very careful with it. There we go. Should just be a case now of pulling everything out. And that obviously holds the rear sight in place as well. There's the spring and the plunger. Oh. That has definitely seen better days. Not entirely sure what I'm going to be able to do with that, but we'll get everything cleaned up and see what happens. This is why it hasn't been firing anyway. Right at the end there are some packing washers. They've corroded, fallen apart, you name it, they've got to come out. And there it comes. There we go. And this is a strip down complete. So it turns out that these are actually packing washers which go in the end of the barrel. That one was heavily corroded and completely blocked, so I've cleaned that off. But in all honesty, they've all been corroded, they've all fallen apart, and they still are falling apart. So what I've got to do now is try and look to see whether I can get some replacements for either of these, which I'm not holding my hopes out, but we'll wait and see. So this is where I'll be leaving this video. Once I've got everything cleaned up, I shall go into part 2. So thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.